Hi, I'm Chris Wardlaw for CarGurus, and today we're taking a look at what I drive when I'm not in a test vehicle. But first, remember that if you enjoy our videos, you can subscribe to the CarGurus YouTube channel so that you don't miss a single one. Okay, now that you've subscribed, there it is, my 2004 Mazdaspeed MX-5 Miata, which I bought new in September of 2004. That model year, you could get this titanium gray metallic paint color, which has a hint of violet in certain light, or velocity red mica, which at the time I thought had too much of an orange tint to it. Interior choices included black leather or black cloth with red inserts, and I chose cloth because that way I can leave the top down on a sunny day and not burn the skin off the back of my legs when I get back into it. The leather does look better though. Versions with leather also came with a black fabric top, while Mazdaspeed Miatas with cloth had a black vinyl top. My car has a replacement fabric top because a thief broke into the car with a knife while it was parked in an apartment parking garage back in 2007. I replaced it with a fabric top because my crappy insurance company at the time refused to pay for an original equipment Mazda vinyl top. So I wound up with this lousy aftermarket top that doesn't fit properly at the windshield header bar and is falling apart after 12 years. Seriously, with the top up, if you drive faster than 60 miles per hour, it's louder inside the car than when the roof is dropped. These 17-inch Racing Heart aluminum alloy wheels with a gunmetal mirrored finish were standard, wrapped in 205/40 Toyo Proxys tires from the factory. I replaced them a while back with Yokohama S-Drives. I never installed the front license plate bracket and have managed to put almost 35,000 miles on the car without getting a single ticket, so that's good. There are some cosmetic flaws here though. I loaned the car to my parents when they came to California for a visit, and it came back with curved rims and that thick, pasty sunblock all over the interior. Hints of that sunblock remain to this day. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Worse, though, is the dent in the right rear quarter panel. I did that. I was in a hurry, backing into the garage, and caught the lawnmower handle's adjustment screw. No! That was in 2010 and brilliantly reenacted by me just now. I got a repair estimate, but I feared mismatched paint, so I just left it. I never see that side of the car anyway. This Mazdaspeed is my 5th Miata. I fell in love with them when I drove my first one, which was a rental car that I was supposed to have for a few days and I kept for 3 weeks. I bought my first one in 1997. It was the special touring option limited edition of the first generation car, painted a gorgeous twilight blue mica with tan leather and the 5-spoke wheels from the 1996 M edition. I loved that car and I stupidly sold it after a big layoff at work. After that, I owned a 2001 special edition in British Racing Green, which overlapped with a white 1994, exactly like the rental that inspired my love for Miatas. That white 94 also got broken into by a thief, so I fixed it and I sold it. The green SE made way for a red 2003 with black leather, and then the Mazdaspeed came out. When my local Mazda dealership slapped a $6,600 discount on the 25 models it had in stock, I bought this. Naturally, you might wonder why I never upgraded again. Well, I was never really a big fan of the 3rd generation Miata, although after the 2 break-ins, the NC's power retractable hardtop sure was appealing. I absolutely adore the 4th generation Miata. Love, love, love it, and I want one. A Grand Touring in the rare Eternal Blue color. But with 4 kids, a mortgage, retirement savings, yada yada yada, well, why drop 30 grand on a new one when this Mazdaspeed provides 85% of the driving pleasure and is long since paid for? Okay, enough about me and why I own this car. Let's take a look at what makes the Mazdaspeed Miata special. In addition to the special paint colors and Racing Heart wheels, the Mazdaspeed included front and rear underspoilers, a trunk lid spoiler, smoked headlights, and a Mazdaspeed mirror cover. Inside, in addition to the red and black cloth seats and the red door panel inserts, the Mazdaspeed came with a unique leather-wrapped steering wheel with red stitching on the parking brake handle, Mazdaspeed door sill scuff plates, alloy pedals, Mazdaspeed floor mats, silver gauges, and special dashboard and center console trim. The real magic's under the hood, and before I show you, don't judge. The engine bay's never once been clean. The Mazdaspeed Miata is the only MX-5 to ever get turbocharging from the factory, and it helps this 1.8-liter four-cylinder to make 178 horsepower and 166 pound-feet of torque. In 2004, those figures represented increases of 36 horsepower and 41 pound-feet of torque over a standard Miata. While we're looking at the engine, note the exclusive red crinkle finish on the valve cover and the front suspension tower brace, each straight from the factory. The Mazdaspeed also came with a short-throw 6-speed manual gearbox, a torque-sensing limited slip differential, a Mazdaspeed tuned suspension with Bilstein gas shock absorbers, larger front and rear stabilizer bars, revised steering, a modified exhaust system with a larger outlet, and silver brake calipers. It does have analog brakes, but no stability control, which is thrilling and frightening all at the same time. It also doesn't have cruise control, so I've never really road tripped in this Miata. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I bought this car, I was in the best shape of my life, working out in the gym on a regular basis, dating somebody new who's now my wife, and commuting to my office driving Pacific Coast Highway between Long Beach and Costa Mesa. Now, well, I'm over 50 and I'm overweight, but once I get settled in, this Mazdaspeed still fits me like a glove. A slightly stretched out glove, but a glove nonetheless. Sometimes I think of selling this car. It sits in the garage mostly, coming out for an hour-long drive every other week. But when I take it up into the local Santa Monica mountains, top down, my super cool CarGurus baseball hat covering the ever-expanding bald spot on the top of my head, I change my mind about that. This is a street-legal go-kart after all. Besides, I taught my 2 older kids how to drive stick in this car, and I've got 2 younger ones who can't wait to learn how to row their own wheels. And while I dream about getting a 2019 or a 2020 MX-5 Miata, this 16-year-old Mazdaspeed Miata is too much a part of who I am to let it go. That's the beauty of cars. Well, some cars at least. Put enough years or miles on them, make enough memories with them, and they become members of the family. Do any of you have a car like that? Or maybe a story about the one that got away? Share about it in the comments below, and thanks for sticking around to the end of my story. See you next time.
This is my sister Emilyn, and we're trying to help him film. He's taking forever because he's printing the script bigger. He already printed it bigger like twice, but he needs it bigger.